Can we talk about how can we talk about how white people are the original
Where are you talking about?
The original criminals?
Yeah.
I don't know, that might divide our audience.
That might divide our audience, but can we talk about how
White people.
okay, it's better than that. Let's talk about how a certain economic group or let's say people of a specific descent make black people to be criminals, but forcefully put them in hoods, poverty-stricken places, and then be like acting like they're confused to why people act out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I had this conversation a lot because I always gotta break this shit down to people.
I do too.
Because a lot of people don't realize this. Like, they know, like, niggas always try to act like they don't like understand why niggas from the ghetto do what they do and act the way they act. Yeah, white people do, because y'all put niggas there. That was the point.
That was the point.
The point was to put niggas in an environment to where they didn't have education, and so they would act out and inflict crime on each other. Every time we got together and did look at Black Wall Street, every time we got together and did some shit, y'all go blow it up. Y'all blowing up our churches, blowing up our schools, blowing up our hospitals, blowing up our businesses. Every time.
And then let's not only talk about how you do all those things and then you enforce drugs and everything onto this.
Exactly. And then y'all always like trying to, black people don't come together in a positive way. Well, it was beaten out of us. When we did come together in a positive way, y'all blew it the fuck up. And then I like to tell people this, I was born in the 2000s. Every nigga in here was born in the 2000s. My grandmother was born in 63. They didn't start integrating schools until somewhere between 64 and 68. Somewhere between that. Integrated schools means black people's schools and white people's schools were separate. And as y'all know, black people didn't have the education that white people had. So that means the first people in our family to get the education similar to the education that we got, being born in the 2000s, was our grandparents.
Absolutely.
That means our parents were the second people educated. The 80s babies, they were the second people in our family that was educated, and our grandparents were the first. That means our parents' grandparents wasn't properly educated.
He said, so now that you're aware, it's your fault. So now that you're aware, it's your fault. But you got to think about it. It's been a rise of black people in our black community who is taking stands against it. And every time that they take stands against it, people are calling them violent and painting a picture in the media. So there's a lot of misinformation being spread. And he said, somebody said, all you have to say to people is that the lame ass CIA admitted to the distribution of drugs from 70s till now, till today in black neighborhoods. Exactly. They used to drop crates of guns, drugs, and everything. And if you gotta think about it. If you put, we're not animals. I don't want to compare people to animals because a lot of people like to use these. But for the sake of the conversation, let's say you put a animal in a cage, right? And you beat that animal and you mistreat it, right? And then you expect for it to not lash out or act a certain way or be defensive or territorial. You can't do that. Same things like with humans. If you put people against the wall and make them suffer and you beat them and tell them and put them down constantly and you act like you don't know why they're acting the way that they act, it's crazy. And then they try to integrate black people into white communities. It's a problem. That's a big problem. Why do we call white people neighborhoods white people neighborhoods?
Why y'all got
turn it off. Yo,
turn that shit down.
What the fuck y'all doing?
Yeah, you're fucked.
Bro, but I just hate that narrative that we be painted black community that we like not smart and everything. It's a lot of people. Now I will say, bro, it's a lot of people who fell victim to the system and everything. They fell victim to their environment, but it's a lot more that broke free of that shit.
Yeah, then I don't need y'all being ignorant. Like, just because, like,
she said we can't even have a simple conversation.
I know, yeah, it's always some shit. Look, I'm not against, like, accountability. Like, yeah, I hold niggas accountable, but you can't be ignorant. Like, you still can't ignore. Like, everybody isn't aware of it the way that I'm aware of it. Some people, everybody is still under the impression that all decisions we make are our own and it's all free will. But the whole time, because we like education, we've been coerced to thinking a certain kind of way. And like I said, we was educated and we did come together. It was beaten out of us.
Let me give y'all an example.
Yeah, like,
you ever played a game? You ever played a game that gives you the illusion of freedom, where it gives you decisions that you get to make, right? But there's a limited amount of decisions that you can make to reach a certain outcome. Well, at the end of the day, the outcome that they made for you that they preset for you is always going to come to fruition because they gave you these limited amount of options, right? So think about it like that. It's a lot of things that these people put in motion, and they convey these through movies. A lot of more people are starting to express how this actually happens in real time through movies, games, and like animations and shit like that. They trying to do it like on a low instead of just saying it out loud. But I feel like more people should be straightforward and have these conversations. We normally don't have it because we don't be just sitting around doing this type of conversations we have when we in a fucking PlayStation party at 3 a.m.
The problem is, it's a lot of tap dancing ass niggas out there who wanna
He said he took the bonnet off. He next to get a cut.
It's a lot of tap dancing niggas out there who wanna say, well, we weren't slaves, or this shit didn't happen to us. So I'm not that kind of person. Like, I'm not about to forget that shit happened. Like, a lot of people went through a lot of traumatic shit. I'm not about to forget that it happened, and I'm going to acknowledge it. And a lot of people, especially like a lot of Caucasian people, like, it is what it is. Like, when we start to talk about white history, it just don't exist. Like, outside of y'all like stealing and beating and enslaving people,
I got you, Malachi.
It don't exist, and then it make a lot of y'all uncomfortable to even talk about it. But like, if it wasn't the facts, like it wasn't the facts. Like, look how y'all did Jesus. Like, y'all try to like, and I don't even want to talk about religion like that, but y'all like try to change the religion like of Jesus. Y'all wanted to change the image of Jesus. Like, that's evil. Like, why would you do that?
Overly evil. Now we
like,
whitewash that nigga and people don't even know which face is really his.
Yeah, y'all are whitewash Jesus.
Everything pagan, even pagan holidays and stuff, Christmas, everything is depicted of a white man in a jolly way or a person of power, right? Everybody don't know. This is just straight colonization. I mean, everybody know. A lot of people know now. We can't fake it and act like people don't have the information now. People just choose not to, and a lot of people fall victim to, I say, like the society that they're born in right now. But a lot more people like us don't. So that's why I think it's important for people to surround themselves with like-minded people.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people.
Let me read this so we don't get past him. He said, let me read this. Malachi said, thoughts on people claiming MLK and certain back in the day figures were funded by the Rothschilds.
The thing with MLK is, MLK, they said that MLK...
Who's the Rothschilds? I don't want to speak on nothing that I don't have no...
Yeah, I don't know particularly about that neither, but I do have some thoughts on MLK. They said, on MLK, I don't know what Rothschilds
is. He said y'all part of it.
They said we're not a part of it.
He said Quavo just yapping. Y'all are part of it.
Yeah, that's just some...
See, people like you look at people, you look at black people and you see how we dress and all that, and you think that we not intelligent. I'm not even gonna go into that conversation with niggas like you.
Look, I agree with you. It is a lot of niggas that bow down to the white man. Yeah, but I'm not one of them, bro. I'm not one of them. So that shit don't even apply to me. It's a lot of us that do. And like I said, I'm not against like the community being held accountable, but that shit don't apply to me. But to touch on the MLK situation, they say on his deathbed, MLK said, "I led my people into a burning building."
He said lots of black communities bow down to the white men, FBAs act like they don't. But let's be honest, they trying to get reparations through the white man. Well, people are trying to get reparations through the white man, but really they don't even understand that reparations in the literal sense is taking back was once yours. You know
and let's use common sense.
Taking back communities that you had. You see when black people try to rise up and they try to build their own shit. You seen a white man plays false narratives as a woman of... Let's talk about that one community that the black people. People know what's that called?
But let's use common sense.
They built the whole city to themselves, bro, and so white people burnt that shit to the ground.
But let's get this common sense. Let's get common sense out the way. Me as a black man cannot go to this black man and get my reparations, because how can I take back something that was taken from him?
Whites.
We can only get reparations from white people, but I'm not one of the black people that's out here trying to get reparations. But you can only get reparations.
Change is better than reparations. You can't pay people for the pain that you caused over centuries. It doesn't make sense. It's like people getting falsely in prison and they're getting released after they find out years later that they didn't do it. There's no amount of money that can repay you for that pain and that suffering, that time. Right. Money don't come and follow you. You know what I'm saying? And if you just do it for one person, what's that going to do? It's not going to do shit for our economy. What's going to make a difference is we speak up and we change the outcome of different decisions. Now, somebody said, Malachi said, it's like that name that we said, it's kind of like higher up elite white people. Now, I don't disagree that there are black figures in our political system that are influenced by higher up white people. I mean, that's common sense. We know that. That's why people say don't trust no politician. It don't matter what color you were. I wouldn't trust a judge. It'd be the black judges that be harsher on the black people. You know what I'm saying? It be black cops that be out here wilding more than white cops.
And look, yeah, and just because they took from somebody don't mean you bow down. Like, bow down is like submission. Like, I've never submitted to a white man. And I've opted out of working for white people. Mind you, I'm not racist, but I just don't bow down to white people. I don't even know why you're even using that language. I don't know what's making you say that.
See what you getting? See, a lot of things
is
you getting your information from social media. It's not all black people just walking around talking about reparations. We don't even use that word in our daily speech.
We don't even say that shit,
bro. We don't even say that shit for real. Nobody care about getting reparations from these people. I'm not gonna lie. That reparations not gonna do shit. What you gonna give us a stimulus check for $2,000 and we gonna be happy, nigga? Nobody.
Niggas is not just out here claiming reparations. What niggas really want is acknowledgement. Like, we out here talking about facts that's irrefutable, and you as a white person is in our comments trying to tell us that we bow down to the white man.
Half of the Black Panthers are tethers.
Bro, we're talking about irrefutable facts, and you as a white man is in our comment section telling us that we bow down to other white men. That's crazy.
Let's start on Nolan Wells or the daily basis or regulation of blacks being killed, taunted.
That's a fact. Like, we can talk about the Nolan Wells situation. That's a fact. Let's look at that. And look at.
He said, "I've never submitted to a white man." Is crazy. He said, "I've never submitted to a white man."
Now, hold on.
Who submits to any man? Exactly.
Hold on.
I would submit to no man.
We can talk about Nolan Wells.
Because when look at that see shit on the internet about Mexicans, y'all quick to run with it. You got me all wrong. When we see shit, are you Mexican?
Hold on. Let's not start points and then read comments. Let's
bro.
See,
I'm assuming that you're Hispanic right now because the comment that you just made, and you are a part of the issue, right? You are falling victim to the shit that they want you to do. They don't care about no Mexicans, no Hispanics. White people don't care about Hispanics and white people. You just share the same color, but they look at you as lesser at the end of the day, and they always try to play black people and Hispanics against each other, and you are falling victim to it. I ain't even gonna lie. We don't give a fuck about nothing that they say in the media about Hispanic people. We not saying that they are bad, nigga. You know, some of our closest friends are Hispanic. Case in point, Mr. Shirt. Look at the camera, bro. Yeah. Yeah. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, and y'all got. I don't know why they do this shit. Look, we from the tri-state area. I don't know why y'all do this shit.
See how you trying to profile me? I'm profiling you. If you just said said we believe shit that's in the media, and I looked at your picture and I just said I'm assuming that you're Hispanic because of what you said.
Nah, but hold up. Yo, we from the tri-state area. We from the East Coast. I don't know why y'all do this shit on the West. Hold up, bro, because you cut me off every time you read a comment. I don't know why y'all like do this shit over on the West Coast, bro. Over here in the tri-state area, the East Coast, black people and Spanish people, cool. Like, we grew up together. Like, we don't got no issues with each other. All that black versus Latino shit, that's over on the West Coast, over by Mexico, New Mexico.
That's true. That's true. Because over here, bro, they the closest of anything.
Yeah, bro, we from the East Coast, bro. We do not got a problem with no poppies. We shop at stores.
No. He trying to paint a picture that you just making assumptions based off of the shit that he was saying.
Nah, I seen your profile picture before I zoomed in. You look white.
He look white, but listen, like I said, they don't look at you as the same just because you got the same skin color. Somebody just looking at your profile pictures without clicking on it, they're going to assume that you white. Yes, nobody looked at your face closer, and you know that for a fact. And you over here defending this shit, and you're making judgments off of black communities, and you don't know these people. So what are you talking about? You just as wrong as him. If that's your argument, just because I'm light skinned don't mean that I'm white. I don't think you understand the point. I'm not saying that you white. I just said I assumed that you was white. I didn't know what you were. I don't know what he was saying about you.
Nah, bro, I
didn't know what you were until I even looked at it. I just
profile pictures like he white until you zoom in from here, like he white from here.
Nah, only y'all think that. Only y'all think that.
Only we think
what? Bro, see, you trying to be all defensive and you're not even trying to understand the bigger picture of the argument or the conversation. See, people like you be the problem why you don't get nowhere in conversations because you so defensive. And nobody's trying to attack you.
And then who are you defending? What is this point?
Yeah, you trying to defend white people and all this, bro. You should be trying to y'all should be trying to make a difference in the Hispanic community, bro.
Can we stay on one point? Like, what is your point? Like, what is the point that you trying to make? Like, what is the point? Like, what are you saying?
Add him up there. Do he got enough followers? I don't know if I can add him up here. We're gonna try to add you up here, but I don't want to hear all that.
I mean, yeah, he got
trying to talk over people. If you want to come up here, bro, allow people to have a conversation with you. Or I'm just gonna kick you and we're gonna just keep up. See, the thing is, if I would have done the same shit with Shades did, it would have been racist.
What I do? What's poppin'?
He said that you racially you wrongfully profiled him
How? I thought
because
he was white.
he thought you thought he was white off rip. What's up?
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, so my point is, if it would have been the other way around, and I assumed that you guys were like a certain race just based on your color, it would have been racism, right? But when y'all do shit like that, it's not racism.
It wouldn't be racism. It would be a observation. If you observe something, you only can.
Just because my skin is light skin doesn't mean I'm white.
And that's a common mistake that people make. You can't judge somebody just because they made a mistake off of that.
I made a mistake. It's not the end of the world, bro.
I'm not judging you for shit, but I'm just saying, you know, it's more of a. Sometimes people like to guess on what people are like, or profile people without even asking the broad question. Oh, you know, common courtesy instead of right away.
So I'm confused. So based off of our conversation, did you assume that we were black?
I'm just having a dialogue with y'all, you know, and then you guys started like getting fucking upset or something.
Yeah, but the premise of the conversation was on race. We weren't getting upset. You were defending it, and then you went off and took it to a personal level when we were talking about a broad community
I
of
was not
people.
defending nobody. What are you talking about?
All right. So what was your
You weren't
initial
defending
point?
nobody. It's all in the chat.
When you initially started the dialogue.
No, well, see, I was just saying about FBAs, how FBA, you know what I mean? I don't know 100% exactly about the movement, but I have heard that a lot of FBAs are not really even like doing it for the right cause. Like some of them are just tethers, or some of them
There's a lot of. I do agree that there's a lot of black factions and black groups in the communities that take this black pay and they use it for their own gain. That's a known thing that people are not always going to do the right thing. It doesn't matter what color you are. So I agree, but you can't say most. We don't know what the exact number of people versus good versus evil and who's actually got good intentions with the shit they do. It's always going to be people who take advantage of situations and they're going to seize their opportunities to make money and make profit for themselves. But people with the right mindset make the good changes. But in social media, it's always portrayed that black people, or think about it, when we had the BLM movement, right? What did people do in the social media? They made it seem like the small percentage of people who were rioting and everything was the majority of people who were in the BLM, right? And then they try to make that people who made profit off of the BLM movement and they try to make money and raise money. They try to say that it was extortion and they were using it for bad instead of putting it back into communities. See, if you follow everything on the social media, everybody's gonna twist shit.
No, but see, look.
The thing is, 80% of the shit on social media is not true, and then
My point.
on both sides, there's gonna be lies made up, so you gotta more or less make your own judgment and not just believe everything you see and be biased. You know what I mean?
But look,
I'm not saying that I'm against reparations for blacks, or I'm not saying that I'm like I got no dog in that fight. I'm just giving my honest opinion, and I'm just asking, you know, what you guys thought about the fake tethers and whatnot. But
I don't really know about I'm gonna
look,
be honest with you.
and the problem is we just keep getting off topic. Like we were talking about what white people have done to black people. Like we weren't even talking about like all the rotten apples and all the black people who sided and try to take advantage of us. So like that really don't have anything to do with the initial conversation.
But the question he just asked was on topic though.
What he said.
He said, "What is our opinions on the people like the FBAs and people saying
No, but
there's black people in our community?"
No, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I just. That's what I.
Oh
just
well, yeah,
addressed.
that's what I do know what you mean. That is getting off topic because
like,
we weren't talking about
you're taking
the
us
issues
somewhere
within the black people, the black community being used against the black community.
And
That's a different conversation,
then,
and I like that question, but that just like he said, that wasn't on topic.
And then the confusion, the confusion comes here.
Your channels, and I seen, you know, I thought I'd ask, but nothing crazy or anything like that, you know.
Oh yeah, nah. Actually, I think that's a good question. That's something that we could have hit on. But since we here, I want to answer that question. Basically, more or less, there are always going to be people, and if you ask me for my opinion, I think it's disgusting, bro. I think that's a disgusting thing to do, regardless of what community that you in. If you use it to go against your community, but how can you look at yourself in the mirror and be proud?
Yeah, exactly.
How can you be happy with yourself using your years and years of pain and suffering and your community being put down to go against that? I just think that's just trifling, but it's a lot of people who do it, but it's a lot of more people who don't.
But look, I'm not here for that right now. Like I feel like as black,
I don't want to take too much of your guys' time too.
What's poppin'?
because you guys mentioned about the Southern California or LA politics or whatever.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing that you guys try to like assume about me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all for black and
Who
brown
said that?
unity. You know what I mean? But the
What's
thing
LA?
is, there's always people that are gonna fucking try to generalize. Like, there's gonna be Mexican people that are gonna generalize all blacks, and then there's gonna be blacks that are gonna generalize all Mexicans. So, in order for that to happen, in order for the brown and black unity to work out, we gotta work in within our own communities. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah, for sure.
I agree.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because the white people know that if black and brown unite, it's over for them.
It's over.
Exactly.
But this is why I don't understand why there's such a divide between the black and Hispanic community. But I feel like in the middle ground of that is always going to turn back into that majority of white people who always use us against each other. So you think about it.
Over here, white people are not really an influence to us over here. Like, to be honest with you, white people don't even fucking. There's no white gangs over here at all. You know what I mean?
So it's not about the gangs. It's about the people in power. It's about the politicians and stuff like that.
Yeah, the influence. Yeah, people get influenced. Yeah, I understand that, but I think it all goes back to people bringing up shit from back in the day, people who want to other communities or whatever the case may be, right? But that doesn't happen in every city. Like in my city where I'm from, like there's probably like 20% blacks, and I fuck with my blacks, like people. You know what I mean? Like there's fucking rotten apples in every community.
Yeah, it definitely is a problem in major parts of the world. Well, I would say where we're from in our community, black and Hispanic people are like this, bro. I'm not gonna lie. We like this. We don't have racial wars over here when it pertains to black and Hispanics, bro. Everybody over here gets along for the most part.
Yeah, that's why I really don't even want to.
A lot of our. Well, I'm not saying that it's not an issue in general. I would just say in our communities. No, so that's why I think it's a good opportunity to have that conversation with them.
I really want to shift the conversation to something else, like entirely. I really want to get on what we was touching on, because like we was touching on like with the white folks that have done.
I get that.
Yeah.
Play the trip, fucking no. It was good talking to you guys, eh?
Yeah, it was good talking.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Take it easy, family. Because I really want to touch base like this, because when it comes to black and brown people, bro, we always got to be accountable for our actions. Like, we always is getting held accountable for our actions, and we always got to look at other black people and go, well, look, they doing this. And let's just talk about what was done to us. I feel like we always take accountability. Even when y'all act like we don't, we always hold each other accountable. So let's just talk about what was done to us. That's what I'm on right now. I'm not really on there ain't no black versus Mexican, because like I said, we all cool. There's no black versus Mexican, no black versus Puerto Rican. We cool with Latinos. I want to talk about like everything that was done to us, how we were stripped from education, how y'all bomb our churches and our hospitals and our schools, how y'all enslaved us. I'm not on that right now. That's a conversation for another time. Whole another black people, the Hispanic and black community, those are whole other conversations. I'm trying to talk about like what y'all done to us. And I fuck with homie. He just came up here. Homie that just came up here, I fuck with him. But nah, he was shifting the conversation. Like, I ain't trying to shift the conversation. Like, I'm trying to talk about like everything that was done to us, bro. Because a lot of y'all try to ignore the history. And I'm just not with ignoring the history. And like when he brought up MLK, I said like they say on MLK's deathbed, he said, I think I led my people into a burning building. So even MLK felt like he did the wrong thing with the whole peaceful protesting and the whole tongue-in-cheek shit. Like, he felt like he did the wrong thing. So let's talk about that. Like, let's talk about how MLK, even when he died, he was assassinated, and he felt as if, yo, like, y'all motherfuckers, like, y'all are too, like, we can't even reason with y'all. And I told my people that we need to reason with y'all non-violently, and y'all are too violent with us to even reason with us. Like, y'all treat us like animals. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about, like, how y'all been treating us. Know what I mean? Like I want to talk about like how slavery is a lie, nigga. Like how they didn't go get a bunch of, they wasn't getting millions of niggas from Africa. That shit wasn't happening. We was here already. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the history. Niggas was here. Y'all ain't put millions of niggas on boats. Y'all ain't even have the fundings to build boats. Fuck y'all in Noah's Ark. Y'all didn't even have the fundings to build no boats and no ships and nothing like that. So y'all did not go get millions of niggas from Africa and bring them here. That's not how this shit happened. Niggas was already here. Y'all are on stolen land that was already inhabited by people of color. It was melanated people already here, and y'all came over here and enslaved them. And the majority of people that y'all got from Africa died on the way here anyway. So let's not act like this country was full of a certain like group of people, and then y'all went and got niggas and brought them over here. Nah, niggas was here. This was nigga land from the beginning. Let's talk about the history. Let's be real. Slavery, like, that shit was a lie. They teach it wrong. Yo, what's up? Those ones in the back. Remember me? Remember you? Who you?
Who's it? Wait, use this, John.
Thoughts on JFK being the only president to not support? Bro, I don't got no opinion on Israel, bro.
No, read it.
I don't know what's going. I don't got no opinion on nothing that ain't about black people, bro. Israel, anything from Israel and the Middle Eastern and all that, I don't have any opinions on that, bro. We can talk about what JFK did for black people, but like Israel and Palestine and the whole Eastern Asian area, the whole Eastern Asia or the Middle East, I don't have no opinions on that, bro. That's not my.
Let's get something straight too. When he say like that, a lot of people are trying to flip that and be like, "Oh, he don't give a fuck about X, Y, and Z." But nah, I feel as though that he's not incorrect when you talk about black problems and everything. The conversation does always get shit. Right?
Exactly.
It always turns into the black on black or the black on a different race instead of coming to the conclusion of the problem at hand.
Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm trying to talk about black. Y'all always try to shit the conversation. I'm talking about black people and y'all asking me about Israel, bro. Last time I checked, don't know black people come from Israel, bro. We come from Africa, bro. We come from Africa and we come from America. So and we come from the Caribbean islands. So I'm not really trying to talk about Israel, bro. Like I talk like it's the conversation when we talk about black people and when black people are old and what's done to black people. Motherfuckers always want to shift the convo. And they never want to talk about it. It makes everybody uncomfortable talking about what happened to black people. And then everybody want to all say, oh, y'all sound like victims. Y'all just want to sound like victims. Nah, nigga, because we is victims. Because we tell the story how it's supposed to be told. And we tell the truth. Niggas is really victims. And I got a lot of pride in that. So I'm not really, it's not that I don't care about people from Israel. I know people from Israel. I know people from the Eastern Asian area. I know Middle Eastern people. I'm cool with Indian people. I'm cool with Asian people. I'm cool with everybody. It's just that I want to talk about black issues because everybody wants to talk about their issues and nobody gives a fuck about black issues. So somebody got to do it.
I respect it.
Speak on how black people took the same religion from the white man. They did it wrong and gave. What?
He tried to talk about Christianity.
Oh, Christianity?
Well, I want to tell you, Christianity originated in Africa, if you didn't know that. So, no, we didn't take it from white people. They took it from black people, and what did they do? Colonize that, and they switched some shit. So now Jesus is white in the Bible that you know today. So before you start saying random stuff on here, let's understand the facts and where stuff start originating from.
And look, and the thing about Christianity, it's like it's a wounded religion. Christianity is the first religion because the term Christian comes from follower in Christ, and Christ is real. So the first religion was Christianity. But people have tried to put their own spin on it, and they've tried to damage it so bad that if you're a Christian now, you got to have a lot of pride in being a Christian. Because they've been trying to spin it, and they've been trying to make it what it's out to be, and they've been trying to fuck up Christianity for years. So I hold a lot of pride in being a Christian just because I know, like, the religion is, like, on its last leg, like, it's dying because there's motherfuckers out here that's been trying to kill it for eons. So if the